Hey, good morning, everyone. This is Jojo Gonzalez, and I'm just finishing up my morning routine. Just wanted to share Psalm 39 with you guys. It's called The Vanity of Life, another one by David. He says, I said, I will guard my ways, that I may not sin with my tongue, and I will muzzle my mouth while the wicked are in my presence. So he's talking about just, hey, I said I'm going to do this, and I'm going to, control myself. I was mute and silent before my enemies. I refrained even from good, and my distress grew worse. So that's how he's feeling, just in where he's at right now. He says, my heart was hot within me while I was musing with fire burned. The fire burned. Then I spoke with my tongue. He says, Lord, let me know my life's end and to appreciate the extent of my days. Let me know how frail I am, how transient is my stay here. So I asked that question myself. I asked that question to you, man. It's like, he's quiet, all through, the tough times, good times, whatever. And then his one prayer when he wakens up, he's like, Lord, humble me. Let me know, that let me understand that I'm temporarily here. Like, this is not my home. Heaven is my home, and just, he says, let me know how frail my life is here. It's a good prayer, just to know the extent of your days. You don't know how long you're going to be here. Every day is a gift, and yeah, we're just sojourners, man. We're just passer throughs. Verse 5 says, behold, you have made my days as short as hands width, and my lifetime is nothing in your sight. Like, it's just a small drop in a huge sea. It's like you drop in a drop of water in a sea. That's how long this little 100 years that we have here is in the span of eternity. It's huge. He says, surely every man at his best is a mere breath, a wisp of smoke, a vapor of that vanishes. At best, the strongest of us is just a vapor. He says, surely every man walks around like a shadow in a charade. Surely they make an uproar for nothing. Each one builds up riches, not knowing who will receive them. And now, Lord, for what do I expectantly wait? My hope, confidently expectation is in you. So don't build things up here on earth in vain. Build that relationship with the Lord. Build those treasures in heaven by serving and doing, just, like Jesus says. And he says, save me from all my transgressions. Forgive me, Lord. Do not make me the scorn and reproach of the self-righteous fool. He says, I am mute. I do not open my mouth because it is you who has done it. Remove your plague from me. I am wasting away because of the conflict and opposition of your hand. So must be something going on right now. This plague, whatever it is, man, something's definitely, God is definitely pressing on David hard. Psalm before this, David, it was a time of repentance, right? And he said something very similar. He's like, man, your hand is heavy upon me. And then he says in verse 11, with rebukes you discipline man for sin. You consume like a moth what is precious to him. Surely every man is a mere breath, a wisp of smoke, a vapor that vanishes. So he says that twice, and so he's getting rebuked, and then what's precious to him is just getting eaten away. Then he says this in verse 12, hear my prayer, O Lord, and listen to my cry. Do not be silent at my tears, for I am your temporary guest, a sojourner like my fathers. Oh, look away from me that I may smile again and know joy before I depart and I am no more. So that's a tough time in his life. He must have, fell into some bad sin. And David, we read about David, he's fallen into some tough ones in his life. And, and this is where he's just, explaining that out, and he's seeing, yes, I'm just temporary here. Lord, let me build my relationship with you. Forgive me of my sins. Take that heavy hand off me. But at the same time, let me understand how temporary life is here. So just telling you today, man, picking up out of this, life is short. I pray that we all know our days here and how they're numbered, that we would do good with them and build our relationship up with the Lord. So it's not your final place. Work on your relationship with the Lord, and you'll definitely be in heaven. And this 100 years will be just like a drop in the ocean, just a small time. So I know it's hard, but that's the truth. So God bless you guys. Think about those things. You go about your day. God bless.